Hello everyone, welcome back to the Inspiring Vanessa show. I'm Inspiring Vanessa, your host, and I am super excited to be joined by my next guest for today's episode, which is the amazing Dexter Simms. Thank you, Dexter, for being on the show today.
That's alright, thank you for having me.
So Dexter, can you introduce yourself to those who don't know who you are and what you do?
Okay, well, my name is Dexter Simms. I am the CEO and founder of a brand called Mula Cake. Mula Cake houses like 5 different departments at the moment, which is clothing, Mula Motivation, Children's Holiday Club, online radio, Mula Cake Radio, and lastly our Mula Cake Creative Hub. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I do things to create change and opportunity for the young people.
Which is fantastic. We're very glad and happy to have you here on the show today. So we're going to go on to our first question, which is, when did you create Mula Cake and why did you decide to create it? What was the purpose of this business idea?
Okay, good question. It's, Mula Cake was created in about 2011, I believe. But I registered it in 2013. And when I done it, I had in my mind, from all the experience that I've gone through in the entertainment world, because I actually run an entertainment company as well, that I've noticed that in order to become a leader, you must stand for something, kind of be somebody in order for people to pay attention. In this world, which is now becoming a lot more fickle, people only look up to celebrities or people with loads of followers or influencers. So I said, I do want to teach, I do want to help people grow and learn how to become independent, but I have to become somebody first. So that's what made me start Mula Cake, because I know if I can introduce myself and say, oh, I'm the owner of Mula Cake, now I know you'll pay attention. And then I can go on and teach the rest of what I really want to teach. So that's the reason why I started Mula Cake. You know, I used it as a stepping stone to open dialogue with my consumers and with the people that I want to help.
To kind of make a name for yourself in a way so that more people will know what you do, because unfortunately you do need to have a platform nowadays to use your voice and for people to actually hear you and listen to you. So that's really great to hear. We're very glad that you did start Mula Cake, because otherwise you wouldn't be here today.
No, exactly. I mean, it's so important because, again, I want to be able to just express myself and tell people what I believe, in my opinion, good ways on how you can become independent, good ways on how you can start your own business. But like I've always said, if you are not leading by example, who are you to tell other people what to do? So that's why I said, let me lead by example, then I'll start talking.
That's very, very powerful. The next question is, what is the best thing to you about being an entrepreneur? Just one best thing.
Just one best thing. I laughed because I started thinking of about 20. Well, I mean, the one best thing, if I just got to pick one best thing, it's feeling free. Like, I don't get told what to do by anybody. Sometimes, you know, you might think I don't get paid because I'm the one who does the paying. Or sometimes you might think I don't get help because I'm the one who does the helping. But at the same time, that word of feeling free, it's just undescribable. And as an entrepreneur, that's what it makes me do. I mean, I can literally stop this show right now, book a flight, let's go on holiday. Obviously, I have children, but I have to consider that. But I mean, or I can say, okay, let's stop this right now, let's start a new business tomorrow. Or I can say, you know, I have full control of my life. And that word, feeling free, I can't even think of the other 10 things I was just thinking.
It just kind of overpowers
everything. It overpowers everything.
Yeah.
It overpowers everything, you know, feeling free. You know, you don't have that strain of, what do you call it, like control. Like, nobody controls me. I control my environment, I control my dialogue, I control my destiny. And that is what being an entrepreneur feels like to me. I can create things from nothing, and that feeling, just being free, beautiful. Don't even need to drag it on. I should have just said, it's being free.
Freedom above all is the best thing, I think. Just 100%. Being your own boss. Very, very important.
100%.
So the next question I have for you, Dexter, is you have been able to achieve and do a lot of incredible things, which means meeting new people, for example, like myself. And so the question is, what has been the highlight of your journey so far?
Highlight of my journey? Wow. I feel I might need to pause a minute. Highlight of my journey. Ooh. So we're definitely only talking about the Mula Cake journey, right?
I mean, you can say personal journey or Mula Cake journey, whichever you think feels right.
Okay, I'll give you one. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll give you one of each then. Yeah. So the Mula Cake journey. I mean, I'm picturing a feeling now as I'm getting goosebumps. Cutting the ribbon at my children's holiday club. Launching of the children's holiday club. I could cry now because I mean the feeling it gives me every time. Like now, I'm trying to rub down my goosebumps. That I've created a brand that has allowed me to create a second brand, or not second brand, a second branch. But this branch is so powerful that for the long term, that I was overwhelmed that I actually done it. So, you know, the Children's Holiday Club, cutting that ribbon, you know, to me, it was opening a second department. To people, it was a service that they needed for childcare and help. So I'm giving back to the community whilst growing my second part of the business. And knowing you trust my brand so much, you're sending your children to me. Like me, I'm just normal, I'm Dexter. But people sending their children to me. So, you know, I think that's one of the real highlights. It's a serious highlight, opening a children's holiday club for the community. That's one of my greatest highlights, I believe. And then, you know, I've won awards. I've won awards, Entrepreneur of the Year, Business of the Year, Community Leader of the Year. But that, cutting the ribbon, again, free. It's mine. It's what I created. So, yeah. And then if you say a highlight of my own life, I would have to firstly say my children. That's like a great achievement, my 3 children. But a personal business achievement was and still is to date, knowing that I can just do. And that's one of my greatest achievements, is finding myself. Like finding myself has changed the perspective of my whole life. And that to me is an achievement, because some people go through life and don't find themselves. And that's a sad thing, because they're always following others. They're always trying to be like someone. They're always trying to fit in. Me finding myself made me feel super comfortable being myself, being by myself, doing things how I want, doing things that people don't do. Being individual, that's my achievement. And I feel so proud of it.
I mean, that is amazing. Couldn't have said anything better for that as well. And also with the kids club, it's so great. We were going, I think last year around like December, in Christmas time as well. So not only are they giving you their kids, but they're also accepting of the fact that they're going to go to that event or that club and they're going to be empowered when they come out.
That's what I mean.
They're going to be educated.
And that is like, again, goosebumps. It's like, you know, a lot of parents, I'm not putting anyone down, but they used to send their children to holiday clubs, play centers, because of time. I haven't got time, or I'm at work, so they go there. They don't really know or care what it is, as long as, you know, I can get them to get looked after. Whereas I don't believe our children's holiday club like that. Our children's holiday club, a lot of parents send their children to our club because they know it's workshop based. So my child can come out and learn how to have a new career path, whether it's cake baking, DJ mixing, fitness, photography, whatever. But then they also know that they're in good hands because of they've been following my journey, and they believe that, you know, the things I say, the things I show, I care about children. So I don't want your child to come here and be left in the corner by themselves. Everybody's included, all shapes, sizes, as long as you fit into the age group, all cultures. You know, we feed the children. We don't feed them because it's a good thing to do or we have to. No, I feed them because there's some children who are in houses who don't ever get 3 meals a day. Like, that's something, not normal, but 3 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, we provide 3 hot meals a day. I was just explaining, not to go on, but I was just explaining to my mother why I feel so proud of the Children's Holiday Club. Think about it. We open from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. There's nobody in life that does more for children than Mula Cake Kids Club. Why do I think I'm allowed to say that statement? Let me explain quickly. When you go to school, you go to school from what time?
What? Yes.
8 till
8
3.
a.m. till 3 or
Cool.
like 2:50.
When you go to work, you work from what time? 9 to 5. When you go to after school club, it's this time to this time. When you are with your parent, it's only this many hours. We have your children for more hours than anybody. So therefore, we want to be that positive influence in your child's life. So we accept that we will have your children for the longest, and we will take the blame from how they turn out. So yeah,
we'll take full responsibility.
We'll take full responsibility, you know, because it's about being a role model. It's about showing them, not just telling them. So they need to be in that environment where, you know, I've had other children who used to attend the Children's Holiday Club now come back to the Children's Holiday Club to do work experience. That's too much amazing stuff, I'll be honest. So, yeah.
I mean, that is fantastic, beyond what anybody could think of. I'm kind of moving away from Mula Cake, kind of thinking about what's going on in the world as well, trying to keep the viewers aware too. So obviously you do work with young people. You're a very big young people advocate, you can say.
The next generation.
Yeah, next generation. So why do you think a lot of young people lack confidence, and then that kind of turns into the root of getting involved in knife crime or hanging around with the wrong individuals? Why do you think young people kind of get started into this wrong path?
Totally understand. I mean, the answer to the question is from my matter of opinion. So it's not a statement, it's a matter of opinion. And I believe strongly it's to do with role models. It's to do with the lack of role models, because I believe in the majority. Like we have 5 fingers or 4 fingers and 1 thumb. So even that, we have 4 fingers and 1 thumb. If we was to all get into a fight, who's gonna win? I mean, who's gonna lose? The thumb's gonna lose. There's 4 fingers and there's 1 thumb. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. So it's the same thing as children and role models. If they are majority around negativity, now we need to differentiate what negativity is, because people keep thinking negativity is death and negativity is rare. No, I mean just swearing, shouting, bad influence, laziness. You know, these negative stuff, once they're around these things, they are more than likely to become negative. You know, the music they listen to, the food that they eat, the friends they speak to, the people they follow on social media. These things all account for how much negativity one child intakes day to day. And if you're not in an environment where your brother or sister or your mum or your dad is always talking positive, or if you're not in an environment where your 1 or 2 of your friends are always trying to come up with new ideas to be creative, and you are a majority around people that, you know, take drugs, sell drugs, crime, crazy gangster music, all these negative things, just tiny things, then you will more than likely become. So the real answer to the question is, why is it happening? Because the world has been showcasing negativity and highlighting negativity in such a way that it becomes appealing. If you see 3 bus drivers after work, they would normally be dressed normal, and they probably wouldn't have on any jewelry, and they might go to after work for drinks. But then if you see 3, say, drug dealers, you know you're going to see their Mercedes-Benz, or not mentioning any cars in particular. You're going to see their big car, you're going to see their watch, you're going to see them at a bar with a bottle of champagne. That looks more appealing. Let me put it into more of a nutshell, very easy, quickly. I read a book called Outwitting the Devil by, I don't know who it is by. Napoleon.
I'll insert the cover so you guys
Napoleon,
can see.
please insert it, because it's very essential. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, what he explains in this is that the conversation is about him speaking to the devil. Now, just a quick explanation. He asks the devil one time in the interview, so why do you think you're so powerful enough to put these negative things in the world, and people's got to follow you rather than following God, who's putting in positive stuff in the world? The devil's answer was so perfect that I couldn't second question it. The devil's answer was, my stuff looked more appealing than the God stuff. That's it. If I gave you a glass of water right now, or I gave you a milkshake.
Is Oreo a milkshake?
This is what I'm trying to say. If I said to you, can we go for a run? Or I'll say to you, or maybe not you because you're a little bit young, but I'll say, let's go to a club. Do you know what I mean? That is what he does. He indulges you and he captures you by using things that are not good for you, but they look so appealing. So the majority of people will be indulging in these things that are not good for you. And then you start to feel left out because you are trying to do positives. You're drinking water and everyone in there is drinking beer. You will feel funny. But I need you to understand, that's the power of being self. That is the special power. Not feeling funny. Feeling empowered. Like, yes, I can have a bottle of water while you lot drink beer and feel proud. Because I know what's good for me. Yeah. I don't need to feel I have to fit in to feel good. Knowing yourself, going back to my other answer, finding yourself, that's when it becomes powerful. So the children are missing finding themselves and they're doing too much following. Just like social media has pushed and indoctrinated into your brain. What do you need to be famous in life? Followers. You see it? On all platforms. Followers. So people subliminally become followers, not leaders. That's why they go down the negative road. I hope that answered your question.
I mean, they answered it more than enough.
Thank you.
So, moving on to like another topic that is kind of based around what's going on in the world as well. We've been talking a lot about the Black Lives Matter movement with a lot of previous guests as well. So you were very recently out protesting for BLM and oppression against Black people and people of colour. So what was that experience like, and what are your thoughts on the movement and how do we support it?
Okay. Answering this question it's not tricky. It's just that I want it to touch the right places. So let's address a couple things. For one, I don't support the BLM movement. I support the initials of BLM, which means Black Lives Matter. Okay. So I am supporting Black Lives Matter because at the moment, especially when you hear not everybody, some people say all lives matter. So let me explain. At the moment, Black Lives Matter because Black lives are being affected. Yes, all lives matter in general. But at the moment, Black lives are being discussed because we are under attack. We've been under attack a long time. So that's one of the things I want to make clear. Because the reason why I need to make that clear is because the BLM movement has a lot of scrutiny around it. The money trail, they've always said this. If you want to find out something, follow the money trail. The money trail doesn't lead to nothing black or helping nothing black. So that's just a little bit of knowledge that I've obtained. Why I say I'm not standing for that movement. But standing for Black Lives Matter touches my heart. It's normal. Because it's true. I've been getting racist abuse for years. All my life. But we've learned to deal with it. But does that mean that it's non-existent? No. Do you know what I mean? I've learned to accept it. But does that mean that I like it? You know, I've learned to live with it. But does that mean that it's right or it's fair? No, it's not. So when everyone is now speaking, I really am happy because it's true. I shouldn't feel uncomfortable because I got into a lift with some person or another colour or race of person because they feel uncomfortable. Now I have to feel uncomfortable. Why? Or I can give loads of reasons, but we don't get into reasons. I'm just telling you, it touches my heart because I'm a black man, and I've always been. A lot of times they've drawn the big black aggressor. Oh my days, should I cry so you lot think that I'm soft because I want to get my point across that they was abusing me? But because when you come to the scene, you know, just quickly go into that Karen situation in the park. They know the race card. It's very easy. You phone and you say, black man or black aggressor, and I'm scared. That is it. You know the card to play. So that means it's installed inside of you how to be racist. So it's not even that you are racist. You know how to be racist or how to use the race card to oppress us. So for it to all come up now, yes, it's definitely a passion. It's definitely something that needs to be discussed, that needs to be addressed, because the world is supposed to be a fair place. Just fair. Just fair. That's it. Like I saw a post yesterday when I was at the reparations march, and it said, "You're lucky we're asking just for reparations, not for revenge." And I thought about it. Proper true. Like, whoa! For what you've done to our ancestors and our people, and what you've done to our minds and our belief system, yeah, we should be asking for revenge. But because we're good people, and because we are people of love, we embrace people and we forgive people. So we just want equal rights. We don't want to be known more or better than others. We want equal rights. Think about it. A white drunk man comes into our bashment rave. We look at him, and then he starts whining with a black girl. And then we're like, go on, and we embrace him. A black guy with dreads walks into a white event.
All eyes on him.
Is he supposed to be? It's not fair. We've got to love more. We've got to embrace more. That's what it is.
Definitely agree with you on that one as well. And can you talk us through what the protest was like that you went to yesterday?
So the protest I went to yesterday was for reparation. And I'm part of a movement now called Family Forever, who has put together a group of people to protect and serve our community. Because the police are supposed to protect and serve our community, but they have been failing our side of the community. So now we've put together our own group of security firm, business people, and we put together a movement that will help serve and protect our community. So when we marched down to the reparations, it was a beautiful feeling to see so much black people, cultured people in one place. As the Metropolitan head of Metropolitan said, it was such a great turnout, and they're so thankful that they only made 3 silly arrests compared to how much people would assume there was going to be violence and etc., etc. But the protest was very beautiful, and it was clearly making a statement just to have a voice to say we are owed reparation. And for those of you that don't understand reparation, like myself, who didn't understand reparation because I have got this stance, why are we begging the people who oppressed us, who hurt us, who stole from us, to give us back some stuff so we can become powerful like them? That doesn't make sense. But I get it. Because when we go back a little bit, which I'm not a historic person, I'm a businessman, but when we go back a bit, when slavery got abolished, when they let, say, the white people into the world and the Jews into the world, they got given land, assets, so they can build on. They got given money to build on their assets. So therefore, all these years that's gone past that they're able to build their communities and become strong, independent, individually cultured people. When we got released as black people, we got released with no clothes, with no money, with no land, with nowhere to go. So bad that some of us decided to go back to slavery. Let's just go back and work for that little 2 pence or the little 1 mil, because it's more than what we are receiving out in this world. So reparation is now saying, where's our little piece of land that we can grow on? Where's our little bit of money that we can invest into our community? Where is what we have? Where is our stolen jewels? Where is our... Like I said, we're not asking for revenge. We're just asking to be treated equal. You've given out to others. You've given out to yourself. And how can we have what we are owed? That's what made yesterday so beautiful.
I mean, looking at your stories and obviously on your Instagram as well, so powerful, and to have everyone there, just so much unity as well. So it was incredible to kind of see that, and you could feel the atmosphere even from your screen as well, which is something that barely happens.
That's what people were saying to me as well. They're saying, mate, I felt like I was there from just watching your videos. I'm saying, if you felt what I felt like when I felt like I was walking on, I was floating. I was floating.
Cloud nine.
I had the police officer saying to me, do you want me to block off this side for you so you lot can get through? Do you want me... Like, everyone was like, we had a police escort. So yeah, thanks to the Metropolitan Police as well, because again, we're being fair. We don't want to just paint them in the bad light. But there was some Metropolitan Police yesterday who was our police escort, and that was really helpful. And yesterday was a big statement. It was powerful, it was meaningful. And like you said, you felt it through the screen. I keep feeling it now.
Goosebumps every time.
Every time. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So Dexter, thank you for sharing your thoughts and obviously kind of talking to us about the protest yesterday too. So obviously you are a businessman and you are a person who wants to make a difference and you already are making a difference. So what are your 3 top tips for an individual or somebody who wants to make a difference and also run a business?
Okay, 2 kind of questions in one. Let's just mold them in all together then. So basically, if you want to make an impact in the world, first of all, I would say find yourself. Because a lot of people want to display what they believe other people want to see. But that's not what you believe. So first you got to find yourself and find what you believe. And that's really important. Second of all, I would say, block out the noise. What's the noise? Negativity. Even positivity. You know, I watch a guy called Gary Vee and he says it. Block out both sides. Because what happens is, and I didn't used to understand what you mean by that. Because when people are praising you, you like the praises. But that's what brings you here. So when you don't receive praises, you come back down here. So don't listen to the praises. And don't listen to the negativity. Keep going.
Yeah.
Stay focused. Do you know what I mean? And you know, that's why the first step was important, that you know yourself first. Because if you don't know yourself and you're blocking out everyone, you don't know where you're going. But if you know yourself and you know where you're going, then you can block out everyone and just keep going. Keep going. So, you know, block out the noise. And then the last one, I would say, if you want to make an impact, this is a very important one. I've learned this more recent than before. Be mindful on the energy and the message that you are putting out into the world. Because you just asked the question, how do you become a leader, or how do you, go the right direction? You've got to make sure that you always remember someone after you, behind you, younger than you, even older than you, are listening and watching. And what you are portraying, they might take on board. So be mindful. Lead by example. So be mindful of what you're doing. That is my 3 tips. If you want to say the little one about how to start your own business, is try stuff. There's so much space. There's anything. It even makes me, I don't say get upset, but I think when people say, I know, but like what though? I don't know, sell cookies, sell flowers, anything. And really, when it boils down to it, I really think it's a lot about selling. So I get it. Some people might not be good at selling, but telling your story nowadays can turn into a business. Every day when you wake up, you tell 10 minutes about your life. That turns into a platform. That platform gets followers. Followers turn into monetized. All of a sudden, you're earning money by waking up telling 10 minutes of your day. So try things. Try things, please. Just try. Don't talk about it. Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Like
Just do it.
No, not like that. Like Mula Cake.
Not like Mula Cake. Like Mula Cake. Just do it like Mula Cake.
Just do it like Mula Cake.
I was thank you for sharing those tips as well. So hopefully all the viewers kind of took their own part on that too, and blocking the noise on both sides. That's something I haven't heard of before. So thank you for bringing that up as well. So obviously you were saying that there are kind of 5 different sectors to Mula Cake.
Yeah.
So what are all the Mula Cake Instagrams or socials that we can see what will be coming out soon?
Well, obviously I can just start by letting you know, if you just type in Mula Cake in Google, you should get a bunch of them. But if you follow us on the social media platforms, our clothing line is always Mula Cake Clothing. Our children's holiday club is usually Mula Cake Kids. It's rarely got the club on the end because sometimes it's not a club. Like now it's online, so it's Mula Cake Kids. Our radio station is Mula Cake Radio. Can you get the pattern? Mula Cake, then the thing. You get it? So Mula Cake Clothing, Mula Cake Kids, Mula Cake Radio, and then our Mula Cake Hub hasn't actually got a page or anything. So that's an inquiry. So if you send in an email to info@mulacake.com, you can inquire about hiring our creative space. We have podcast space, desk space, we have a magnetic chalkboard, we have online radio in the hub, and we have business advice in the hub as well. And then last of all, for Mula Motivation, which is the only one which is different because it's run by myself and my personal brand, you have to type in dextersims.com. So www.dextersims.com, you'll get all my prices, all my programs, and that's how you can book Mula Motivation. Hopefully that's okay.
Hopefully, and then your personal one as well as Mr.
Oh
Dexter
yeah,
Simms.
my personal one on Instagram, it's got a Mr. in front of the Dexter Simms because someone stole my Dexter Simms. I'm gonna get onto them, but for now, it's Mr. Dexter Simms on Instagram as well. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds a bit more classier as well.
Yeah, with the Mr. and stuff.
It's okay, it's okay. Well, at least we'll find you, which is the most important part of it as well.
Definitely.
So
And just click all the links.
Yeah.
I know they're right here, right?
Just click all the links,
All
yeah.
these fingers. Just click them, click.
And go and follow Mula Cake on all social media platforms. And also stay tuned for Dexter's YouTube channel coming out soon as well. Mula Cake YouTube channel.
No, not
So
Mula
much
Cake. That's
stuff.
what I mean. Mula Cake's got its own one with pop-up shops, with the radio stuff, with the kids stuff. Dexter Simms, Mula Motivation. Dexter Simms, a day in the life with Dexter Simms. You see all the stuff that I do. If you want to see behind the scenes of this shop, you see, I'll show you loads of stuff.
Very, very cool. So make sure to go and follow all the social media platforms and stay tuned for more stuff that Mula Cake will be doing. Also, Dexter and his own personal brand, Mula Motivation, will be doing also in the future. But this is coming to the end of this interview. Thank you so much, Dexter, for being my guest today.
Thank you very much. Loved it. Please. Like, share, subscribe. Do all that stuff. Whether we're on YouTube, whether we're on Amazon, wherever we are. Just follow Inspiring Vanessa because she's very inspiring and she's a star. So please, stay tuned. All right?
Thank you so much. So make sure to go and watch the previous episodes if you haven't watched those already, and stay tuned for future episodes coming out soon. And don't forget to drop a review for us because we'll be sharing those on Instagram stories because they do make a massive difference that you guys can be helping other viewers or future viewers as well to watch the show. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll speak to you all soon. Bye everyone.